Hi guys, I am here with a true story, a spiritual one. This one is by Lee Selick, and it is called Between a Rock and a Hard Place. Sorry, I bumped that. It was a perfect summer day. Two buddies of mine, Steve and Kevin, joined me mountain climbing in Oregon. We'd just finished lunch and were beginning to climb. Steve started up the ridge first. I followed, and Kevin followed behind me. As I came to the first boulder, I kicked it to verify that it was firmly planted. When I determined it was, I proceeded to jump onto it. As my weight shifted forward, the 2,500-pound rock broke loose and began rolling, pitching me into the air backward downhill. I landed on my pack in a fetal position and then quickly looked to see which direction to move to avoid the boulder's path. It's a wonder it didn't hit Kevin, roll over him. A coffee table-sized boulder hit my ankle and pinned my left leg against another boulder. Oh my goodness. I frantically tried to jerk loose, but to no avail. He had to have broke his leg. As I lay with my left leg pinned down, I swiftly realized I was about to die. Any moment now, the boulder would continue rolling over my legs, over my body, and crush me on its way down the mountain. At that moment, I yelled, "Get that rock off of me!" The rock stopped and then rolled 6 inches to the right, freeing my leg. I immediately did a somersault downhill, away from the rock that had just pinned me. I was bleeding badly, so I checked to see if my injury was life-threatening. Steve arrived soon after. Kevin was a medical student and quickly assessed the damage. The boulder hit my ankle, but it didn't break it. How? That was 2,500 pounds. It had crushed the soft tissue, scraping skin off the tibia. There was a deep puncture wound, streaming blood, but that was stoppable. "Did you see what happened?" I asked. "I heard the rock break loose and start rolling," said Kevin. "I looked and saw you flying through the air head first downhill. I heard you yell and then nothing. I rushed to see what had happened and found you standing, looking at your legs. We radioed for help, and I was picked up by a life flight and taken to a hospital. I met the emergency room doctor who was concerned I might lose my leg due to excessive swelling. He felt I would be laid up for 4 to 6 weeks. Each day when the doctor called, I told him there was no swelling or bruising. He didn't believe me, but after examining me, he allowed me to return home to Portland. I consider this a love tap from God to test and build my faith in adversity. There's no way the boulder should have stopped rolling down that hill. However, God had positioned an angel at my head and waited for me to call out to him for help. When I did, the angel reached out, stopped the stone, and freed my leg. This experience has taught me not to fear as much when circumstances seem bleak. I know that God can and will intervene on my behalf, while there is more he has for me to accomplish on this earth. Indeed, nothing can touch us if God determines we still have work to do for him. That's right, if we're still meant to be on this earth, we're not going nowhere. God has a job for each and every single one of us to do, and we're not going till God says it's our time to go. Whether the doctors say it's our time or not, if God says it ain't, we're not going nowhere. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night, guys.